again for being with us today, and thanks to the audience sticking to us. There is just 10 minutes between us and the lunch, so please again stay with us so we can network after the last conversation. I have some questions after you read your presentations and after today. So maybe I can start in order from you. We were talking about AI. One of my questions was about how AI is treated by the examiners. I don't know if you have an insight from the EPO, maybe you can ask Oscar, but by the examiners. So is there any new tagging systems for AI-related technologies that are pools of examiners that are tasked? For example, within AI is related to life sciences, so you need some knowledge of biology and computer science. So how are these inventions treated?
Yeah, the AI is considered to be a computer implemented procedure. Therefore, in that regard, there is nothing different from other computer-related inventions. However, when the invention involves totally different fields of technology, like as you said, the medical system, AI, or then the JP declares that in that situation, JP will create a special task involving the examiners specializing in each of the field. That's how they try to solve these difficulties.
I don't know, Oscar, if you want to
No.
about EPO.
Well, I think it's treated in the same way as computer implemented inventions, as Sonoda here said. So it relates to if it's technical or not technical, and that would be the approach. Yeah.
Okay. We switch it to Jari. In your presentation, you were talking about collaborations with startups. Do you also practice licensing or out licensing schemes with universities? I know you have a very big research activity. You work with universities too?
Yes, we do cooperation with the universities, and we have this kind of program Invent with Nokia. So if you're interested in that, you could do the web search Invent with Nokia, and you could find the details from there. But it's a particularly the system where the inventors outside of Nokia could submit their invention to Nokia, and Nokia make a decision whether to file the patent on that or not. And if its decision is positive, filing the patent, we are giving the award for that inventor submitters. So that's a system where we have a few hundred patents maybe coming every year to our portfolio. So it's not marginal. It's a little bit over the marginal level already now. And however, it's not very well known here in Asia. So one part of my work is also to try to promote it, and we would like to have more this kind of universities and maybe the startups who might not be ready to make their own patent filing application because it's expensive, etc., costly operation. They could do that in cooperation with us, and then to request some license as a compensation for them, and or we can make even to some other deals then with these startup companies. So we are very flexible in that sense, and we do have other cooperation with the startups. It's a very lucrative area now to work on beyond of this licensing, normal licensing issues.
Okay, so these are voluntary submissions from the side of the university, though.
Exactly.
Are you also looking actively outside?
We do have a collaboration activities with the universities. They are not now actively done here in Asia direction. We have some activities in China, but for my understanding, we are not doing these collaboration activities in Japan with the Japanese universities. We were applying one collaboration work for Horizon 2020, but unfortunately that was not accepted. So we are not now engaging here in Japan. That was a part of this kind of Japanese companies and industry academic members joint application. And we failed to get that one, but maybe someday we are trying again when we get some new ideas.
Okay, thank you. You were talking about some different ways in which your company is trying to monetize the IP. Maybe can you share some real life examples without maybe giving names, but
Well, every patent transaction is public because you can see US PTO or Japanese PTO, the transaction history. There's a lot of patents transferred from Panasonic to third party. And we have sold a patent to European companies.
okay. Are you also engaged with startups or just with the other big corporations?
We have sold many patents to a larger corporation, yes.
Okay. What about startups? Are you also dealing?
Startups, okay. It's a kind of interesting deal, but there was a patent invented by one of the Japanese university. So that's one of the consultation that we made.
That's very interesting. Do you have anything from Europe? Maybe some cases that
Not yet.
not yet. What is the easiest way to reach out to you for acquisitions or license? You, I mean, as a company, because this is the question that I always receive from universities. They say, I think that Panasonic or Hitachi or whatever company might be interested, but then they don't know who to write you to,
Right.
or how to call, or you have any specific website or channel that you use.
LinkedIn?
LinkedIn?
Yeah, it's one of the way. Actually, there are many patent brokers who access me through LinkedIn. So it's very hard, to review all the patents that they're gonna, introduce. But sometimes, we meet through such kind of connection.
So you are the
Otherwise, there's a conference like this, international conference like IPPC. There are many people who is interested in selling or buying patents are coming. So that's another way.
Okay, so you will be bombarded on LinkedIn now
Okay, yes.
with a lot of messages. Okay, that's good to know. Oscar, a question for you. You mentioned SEPs. Do you have any insight on how an inventor might decide to draft a patent application? It can be SEP friendly or more easily acceptable by a committee that has to judge whether or not.
Well, we have other experts in the field of area, but I would say that when you work for Nokia, for example, and Ericsson and Qualcomm, you are aware of where the standard will arrive or the framework of the standard, so you can sort of start from that starting point when drafting and add those features that are the forming scope of the patentable aspects you think are patentable, and then it will probably be recognized as a SEP.
Okay, so quoting, for example, patents that are previously filed.
Not maybe including the details and descriptions of the standard. I think yes, it's good that
Yes,
you fill in.
we have another take here.
Yeah, I think it's important to notice that the standards are not developed from the patent perspective at all. They are developed for the technology perspective, to create the best technology like a solution for the given requirements. When we started with the 5G, there were a lot of requirements coming. Latency was one requirement, the latency time to get that reduced. So the companies are then trying to find the new technical solution to deal that. They had to change the architecture of the whole network. That creates a lot of new this kind of technologies and way to address these issues. And they are not done in the mind with the patents. Those patents, or those people who are sitting in the standardization meetings, they do not have an understanding of access even for the what patents are granted and what will be included then in the standards. So that's a misconcept what is very often quoted then, that we are creating these standards for the patents. That's not the truth. The truth is that we are creating them for technical solutions, best technologies. And after it has been like established, then we are looking, okay, how many patents we have, what is relevant and hitting to that standard. And that's how then we are getting a little bit later on the number of the patents. And after that, then we are starting to do this negotiation, licensing negotiation. So that's I think we should emphasize this order of the doing these standards.
Takao, you have a take on this?
Well, standard essential patent is a big area, and I am involved in one of the negotiation with the bigger cell phone company. But the problem is that what is the front rate? It's very hard to define, and there are a lot of ways to that code set the foundation, but you know, as a negotiation party, it's still hard to define and discuss with other parties. So it's a big area. Maybe I can do the presentation for more, but it's very hard to answer right now.
Okay, thank you. Back to Sonoda-san. You know, I mean, maybe not all the audience knows, but we launched last October, I think, a program with a firm called IPR Support program, which is intended for individual inventors, universities, companies, and we provide pro bono consultation for 30, 40 minutes, 1 hour. They're very generous usually. They're not counting the time, basically. And then we talk to companies that are interested in coming to Japan, or maybe from Japan going to Europe. So what would be, I know that there are a lot of small pieces of advice that you can give to a company that maybe is interested in the Japanese market or from here to Europe. What would be the very, very basic advice that you would provide? You know, I introduced you to some startups, 2, 3 people, companies that don't have resources, that don't have legal counsel inside. So what is there that really have to know as a basic?
Yeah, there are many startups and small companies are oriented from a new idea of business or a new idea for technology. And intellectual property is the last thing they are concerned. So when they come into Japan, what I'd like to advise is to talk with someone who knows the intellectual property in Japan. That might be totally different or somewhat different from the ideas people might have based on their own experience. So the early action is a key, and to get consultation is a key, and the EU-Japan Technology Transfer Helpdesk is at a very good position. So people should contact a person like Luca.
Thank you. I have a question that maybe can be shared, especially between Takao and Gary. Do you see any difference in the way R&D is carried out in companies between Europe and Japan? I heard some statistics the other day. 80% of basic research is done in companies in Japan, which is a number very, very different from Europe, I guess.
Yeah, it's so big question that you could spend one day with a separate conference on this topic. I have a lot of views on that. I think it's a very much company per company depending as well. Some companies, they are relying and they have a strategy to develop their in-house R&D, and if I'm looking at Nokia, we are trying to increase to this kind of network of suppliers, technologies, etc., so that we could be focusing more on the customer interface and the software and the service level. And that leads me to this kind of advice or how we say success them, that if you have a good technologies, how to get that technology introduced within the company. I think the best way is to create a good startup and to create a good business out of that technology. That will create the interest of the big companies very soon. You are getting either the supplier, maybe you are first getting a supplier, and then if the company considers that's a key technology, they are acquiring the whole company. So that's I think the best way to verify your technology idea, whether you are able to create a product out of it, and if you are successful, then you can have an exit strategy to sell it to the companies, or if your exit strategy is to create your lifetime work life over there, that's also your choice then. You don't have to make that decision at that time when you are making that startup. But it's very difficult for the big companies to pick up one technology, what is developed in the university, to be very frank with this one. There are some cases, but very few, and I have been involved in so many that you have to either to do the cooperation with our R&D people or research people to be able to get some research results in, or then you have to create a startup and to make a successful case out of it.
Thank you. How do you take on this?
When I made an introduction to Panasonic Group, I said there are innovation strategy office, business innovation division, core element technology development center, technology innovation division. That's all R&D different divisions. So there are so many organizations within Panasonic that's called R&D. But so their traditional focus are on the standard essential technology. So they created a lot of, they developed a lot of standard-related technology like MPEG or 3G, 4G telecommunications and codec, etc. But now it's very hard to get revenue from that area through patent pool. So now our R&D strategy focuses on more open innovation. So there are a lot of contracts matter with university and other startups. So IP department, traditional role was prosecution, but now it changed to contract side, and you know, get the core technology from university and cooperate with the indemnification of the patent infringement case. So a lot of risk allocation and profit sharing. So IP division's involvement is much more important right now.
Thank you. Maybe a last question, maybe for the two of you on the drafting prosecution side. Do you see with this trend, going back to what Jessica said, this maybe switch of interest from pure prosecution to contracts and partnerships? Do you see any projections that can be significantly different from now in terms of filings?
I'm personally working in a patent law firm, and therefore, what we are doing daily is to prepare patent applications, file them, and prosecute for the patent. That part is not changing. It looks like that applicants are relying more on patent law firms on the prosecution side. But at the same time, small and medium-sized corporations are demanding more consultation and advice how to handle this issue. And the patent law firms must be capable of providing more useful advice in that regard. That's all I'm sorry.
Sorry, go ahead.
Well, I think I agree also from a patent law firm side. So you talk about collaboration with companies and so on. So we see that from time to time, but they are co-applicants, so joint applicants, different companies together filing an application and so on. No major difference, I would say.
Okay. Well, from the help desk view, for example, I receive constantly requests of companies and individuals that are not just interested in protecting the idea, but how to monetize, how to take care of the business development. Do you have a contact in that company because I think that they can license it? So I think probably things will probably change in this direction, I guess. Okay, well, thanks. We are extremely punctual, even though an Italian is moderating the panel. So I would like to thank you here on the podium, of the speakers, the audience, of course, for being with us today, the co-organizers with me. Now we have 75 minutes of lunch and networking. Please do stay with us. Let's have a nice lunch. Let's exchange ideas, business cards, and hopefully I'll see you here next time with the next event. Thank you.